Hello, colors. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on some interesting updates. We start with Oriol Romeu as manager Xavi is absolutely delighted with the Barca veteran summer signings contributions despite his dip in form. We are going to discuss on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about this report claiming that Barcelona are confident about making signings in January. Two arrivals are being considered. So, guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona's pursuit of Sergio Busquets' replacement forced them to settle for a certain 32-year-old Oriol Romeu from Girona, while he seems to be pretty settled at the club. It would be fair to say that he was far from being the Blaugrana's first choice. Be that as it may, as things stand, there is absolutely no room to debate at Barca when it comes to the midfielder, despite his recent dip in form. According to Xavi and his coaching team, the midfielder remains of utmost importance in Barca's style of play, according to reports from Mundo Deportivo. Now, it could be argued that the 32-year-old has not been utilized as much as he was during the beginning of the season. From the outset, it is indeed right, as he started 7 of Barca's first 8 games, and the figure has come down to 4 in the last 8. However, this decline in his playing minutes largely is attributed to tactical considerations rather than any decline in his significance. Romeo, who played for Chelsea and Southampton early in his career, is highly esteemed for his tactical discipline, unwavering commitment to the team, his maturity, and his professionalism. Within the club, there is a prevailing belief that he was the optimal choice to replace Busquets in the summer transfer market, considering the troubling circumstances faced by the team. As such, the team's first choice was thought to be Real Sociedad's Martin Zubimendi, and Bayern Munich's Joshua Kimmich was approached too. But given the financial implications of these transfers, they decided to go for Romeo instead. Romeo joined Barcelona for a small fee this summer, signing a 3-year contract. Girona were obviously distraught over losing their asset, and Kike Kassel, their sporting director, recently went public to say that they would love nothing but to have him back, he said. Personally, I would like having Romeo back 100%. He has given us magical things, he said. Many players have told me that he has taught them how to compete. Is there a chance of it happening? It's not easy because there are contracts involved, but I don't see it as inviolable. Of course, Romeo has been drawing some criticisms from some Barca fans, in fact, many Barca fans, especially in Barca's recent dip in form. Everybody is not playing well. That's what most people need to understand, right? Lewandowski is not playing well. In fact, everybody is just a flop because our performances recently has been awful. But honestly, Romeo joining Barca, which was an eye opener for most people, he shocked most of us when the season started. From pre-season to around March day 8, Romeo was doing well. He was not like he was a flop. He was doing well. Javi started him for nearly all the games, and he was performing. But when Barca started having that deep in form, Romeo as well was now like, I don't know, was one of the scapegoats, right? Was one of the scapegoats in that. And Javi has not been using him so much frequently like he used to. First and foremost, this guy was not even the first choice. Neither was he the second, no third, no fourth. But I think he was a fifth choice in Xavi's wish list when it comes to Sergio Busquets' replacement in the summer. All these we all know boils down to the fact that The club have been suffering financially in order to bring in new signings that were our first choices. Because it's not like the majority of the players we got, it's not even the issue of them being the primary targets. They are not. All because of financial constraints. Of course, Romeo has not been that man to fill Busquets' boots. But as they always say, when there's no meat, manage fish. Honestly, that is just the situation we live in. We just have to take it the way it is. You know, Romeo has not been the man. He has not. Honestly, I won't lie to you. He has not been performing. Yes, we know, as I said earlier, many players have not been on their best due to the general dip in form. Xavi needs to be the one to be blamed because he's a manager. Yeah, his tactics are not working out, and of course, the issue is he needs to identify what is the problem and needs to look for solutions ASAP. That is as soon as possible. Then on to the final story of discussion. Barcelona have been severely hampered by finances or the lack of that thereof in the past few years. They have had to sell assets for their club and also pull levers to bring extra income, while the presidential board have also personally put in money to register some players, most recently Oriol Romeu. Despite signing several players across the several windows, Barca still have several cracks in the team, most notably in the pivot position and the center forward role. They desperately want to sign players that will reinforce the squad in the winter, but reports have stated that there is not enough room on the wage bill and therefore all the advances will be rejected by La Liga. Contrary to that news, though, it has been reported by Sport that Barcelona are confident about signing players in the winter. The club believes that they will be able to secure enough revenue before December 31st, which will open up space in the FFP. They are currently focused on the sale of Barca Studios for once and for all, which can bring in a few hundred of millions. But what are Barcelona's options in the transfer market for now? First priority, registering Vitor Roque. Barca completed the signing of the striker from Atletico Paranense this past summer for 40 million, excluding add-ons. However, his arrival was delayed to January next year, which since the club did not have enough space on the wage bill to do just that. Bringing him to Barca and registering him will be the first priority right now, especially given the lack of enough of firepower in attack. If Barca are somehow having enough space after registering Roja in the winter, they want to sign a DM. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.